Good afternoon, colleagues. With thanks to our Danish hosts today, welcome to the press conference following the informal meeting of the defense ministers. The High Representative will start with a statement followed by the Danish minister, and then we would open the floor to your questions. High Representative, the floor is yours.
Good afternoon, everybody. Glad to see so many of you here. So we just concluded a productive meeting with the European defense ministers. And thank you, Troels, once again for hosting. America wants peace, Ukraine wants peace. Who doesn't want peace is Russia. It is clear because Russia responds to these peace efforts with missile attacks. Wednesday's attack on Kiev shows how deliberate the choice of Russia is to escalate and also mock the peace efforts. President Zelensky has clearly expressed already several months ago to be ready for the talks, but Putin is stalling by any means possible, and therefore Ukraine needs to be supported by military aims. This remains crucial. The EU and our member states have already provided over 63 billion euro in military support to Ukraine since the war began, and in 2025, 25 billion. And I welcome that several EU member states have made new pledges just in the last days. Aid to Ukraine saves lives. We must continue to step up. The European Peace Facility can provide funding to support this effort. It can reimburse member states for weapons purchased for Ukraine, including for supporting NATO's Pearl initiatives. So the continued blocking of the EPF is not justified. Resolving this swiftly is important for the work between Europe and also United States to support Ukraine, and bilateral issues must not block the aid. Today, ministers also discussed the European role in security guarantees, the European Union role. And it is clear that Europe will fully pay its part. I welcome that there is a broad support today to expand our EUMAM military mission mandate to provide training and advice inside Ukraine after any truce. We are the largest provider of training to Ukraine's military. We have trained over 80,000 soldiers so far, and we must be ready to do more. This could include placing EU trainers in Ukrainian military academies and institutions. In parallel, our civilian mission can strengthen Ukraine's resilience against Russian hybrid attacks. We can also do more for Ukraine's defense industry. What they really learn on the battlefield can be also turned into the strength of Europe. And we are already the biggest investor in Ukraine defense industry. We can help Ukraine open production lines here in Europe and encourage greater European investment also in Ukraine. And Denmark has a leading way here, so really commend you on that. Going forward, we will closely coordinate with the coalition of the willing. Ministers were clear that the security guarantees for Ukraine must be robust and credible. 2022 must not be allowed to repeat. And then European-owned defense. At the June European Council, leaders agreed to increase defense spending and invest better together. EU member states identified 9 priority areas, such as air and missile defense, drones, ammunition. And today, ministers discussed ways to close the most urgent capability gaps, and mostly to do it jointly, to do it together, and to be more effective. We are identifying lead nations for each area by October European Council, alongside with the roadmap for defense with clear objectives and milestones. Europe is spending record sums on defense, but cash matters, but only if it delivers real capabilities and only if we do it together. And finally, on European Union missions, military missions and operations, over 5,000 European personnel serve worldwide today. They maintain security and safety in the Balkans, protect shipping in the Red Sea, and also combat piracy in the Indian Ocean. These missions are vital to global security, and today ministers discussed the ways to ensure these missions better support European Union geopolitical interest, where we can have most effect, where we can't, how we should make those operations really work together with the partner countries to address their needs, so that we are able to review the mandates if necessary, and also to review the impact for the times to come. So many important topics, and it was really a good discussion. So thank you, and I'm ready to take your questions afterwards.
Thank you so much, Kaja, and also good afternoon and welcome to Copenhagen. This is indeed an important time for Europe's security, and we have also discussed this during our meeting today. A central topic for today's meeting was the EU's military support to Ukraine. The task is very clear. Ukraine needs more military support, and they need it right now. We do not have time on our side, and the costs, if we are not acting now, will be much more substantial in the longer term. We simply don't have a choice. I also used the opportunity today to give some remarks about the Danish model, and the Danish model has been, I would say, great success. Last year, we were able to spend about 600 million euros through the Danish model to invest directly in defense companies in Ukraine. And my expectations would be that this year we will be able to invest about 1.4 billion euros directly into defense companies in Ukraine. And the lessons learned is also quite ambitious, and also, I would say, more to follow. First of all, Ukraine defense industry are producing very fast. Compared to European companies, they are able to produce in months, not years. And it's, for the second part, also a very cost-effective model. So we have to do even more in that area. Hopefully more countries will be supportive. Today we have heard quite much support for doing more through the Danish model, and I'm quite happy to see that. The second thing I will mention today is what you can call a Danish model 2.0, and that will be that hopefully in some weeks from now we will invite the first defense company from Ukraine to start up production here in Denmark in a safe environment. I also expect that more Ukrainian defense companies will follow later this year, and I think that will be also a way forward to give even more support to Ukraine. And it is also a discussion we've had, and I went to Kiev Sunday, and at that event I had the possibility to talk to both President Zelensky and also the new Minister of Defense, Denis Shmyhal, about the future for inviting defense companies from Ukraine to start up production here in Denmark, and they are very much supportive in that context. Thank you.
Thank you. We will now open the floor to questions. Please specify the principal to whom you address the question and the media you're from. Second row. Mattia, please. Do we have a mic? Indeed.
Thank you. Thank you for the floor. Mattia Bagnoli, ANSA, the National Italian News Agency. Two questions. First one is for you, High Rep. We have just received information that is